So the new trailer for Marvel's Wolverine came out, and we're getting totally normal responses to it. Marvel's Wolverine is confirmed woke slop. Well, I'm intrigued to hear the confirmation, Ranting For Vengeance. As we all know, you offer the most insightful and accurate commentary.
So we finally have a trailer for Insomniac's long-awaited Wolverine game, and people are saying it looks great and lives up to the hype. And as a big fan of the character of Wolverine, it does look good to an extent.
Oh, you can hear it in his voice. That definitely hurt him to say. Anyway,
because throughout all of these trailers and posts, people are leaving out one crucial detail. And I'm not going to clickbait you or try to make you watch the entire video. I'm just going to tell it to you straight. This game is confirmed as feminist garbage.
Well, you know he must have the most concrete evidence when he says the word confirmed while hyping it up this way.
Now, I was positive for a bit. The game does look badass. But at the same time, why is the suit some tactical Christopher Nolan variation instead of the actual character's costume?
I don't see an issue with the design. It just looks like the classic costume with some variations. Giving it a bit of an armored look doesn't really take away from the design. In fact, it's actually fitting with all the combat scenarios Wolverine would be in.
Why does Logan look and sound nothing like his character?
First of all, he does look like his character in the comics. Second of all, you can hear a character from the comics? Explain that to me. And explain to me how any of this is woke slop.
But more importantly, this is Insomniac we're dealing with. The people who gave us Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I didn't realize a Black Lives Matter sign was so offensive to you. I'm very sorry that offends you. But we're looking for real criticism and not baseless whining.
I got Spider-Man 2 because I was a really big fan of Spider-Man at the time and wanted a good Spider-Man game that stayed faithful to the character. And I thought I was gonna get that, but what did I get instead? A big load of gay black people.
Gay black people ruin Spider-Man. That needs to be a meme now.
Hey, do you want to play as Miles Morales, the fake Spider-Man, going around at festivals with other people of color?
You seem to have a strange fixation on skin color. Care to elaborate?
And do you also want to play as his deaf girlfriend for some reason? And all of the female characters are feminist bitches like Mary Jane Watson in Spider-Man 2.
Do you just see a female character and immediately lose your mind? Because that's what it sounds like, judging by how you're claiming this about every female character with no explanation.
So how is that gonna mix? Wolverine, a character who is always dealing with femme fatales like a noir detective, is instead gonna get punched in the nuts by some bitch.
So because you don't like the Insomniac Spider-Man games, you think that the Wolverine game is confirmed to be woke slop? Is this logical reasoning to you?
And you can already see some of this from the leaks. Now I probably have to watch my words here, or maybe I don't because nobody really gives a crap. But how do I say this without getting myself in trouble? Using the internet, let's just say I borrowed a little sneak peek of Wolverine a few months ago. I'm not lying, I managed to get it up and running, and I'll tell you the truth. This game is hiding something that it's not showing anybody in any of the trailers. You don't just play as Wolverine in this game, you also have to play as Jean Grey in these 4 sections that go on for way too long.
So your standard for woke slop is if we have to play as a female character for too long. And you're basing this off an unfinished version of the game that leaked earlier in production. Even if you turned out to be correct about an imbalance in the playable characters, that doesn't actually prove anything about how this makes things woke or political. You haven't substantiated anything. Why should we listen to you when you say that these things are confirmed, but show zero confirmations?
Yeah, nobody's telling you that, and Jean Grey is not a feminist character, but knowing Insomniac, they're gonna make her insufferable.
So you don't have an argument or evidence, you just don't like Insomniac.
And also, the game is called Wolverine. Why am I playing as 2 different characters?
Because more than one character can exist in a story, and the game is still centered around Wolverine anyway. Are you gonna question why we would play as Venom if the game is called Spider-Man?
Literally, right now, I'll tell you from first-hand experience, the Logan in this game is weak and gay and not at all masculine. You know, like the exact opposite of Logan.
So he's weak even though he's shown to kick ass in the trailer. He's gay because, well, it's Insomniac Games, so it must be true. He's not masculine because, well, it's Insomniac Games, so it must be true. Riveting arguments.
And you have to play as Jean Grey for full sections of the game.
And if they're well-designed sections, that's not an issue. Stop judging the game based on an unfinished build.
But as a fan of Wolverine, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. And that means I might even just play this game. But I am warning you that this game is gonna be feminist and it is gonna be woke. I'm just too big a fan of the character to give up an opportunity to play an actual Wolverine game.
Why? You said it was confirmed to be woke slop, a betrayal of the Wolverine you know and love, but you can't resist the chance of it being an actual Wolverine game?
But this game is 100% without a doubt political.
I mean, you say that, but you don't show any politics.
And not even political, it's just shit. Who wants to play as Jean Grey?
Who wants to play as a character with unique abilities that could translate well in a properly designed game? I don't know, man. Why do you think?
There's tons of different characters you could have played as. Maybe Kitty Pryde, like you know the classic Chris Claremont run, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine.
If they did that, you'd probably say it's woke slop anyway since she's a woman.
No, instead you have to play as Jean Grey. But as I said, all that stuff aside, it is a game where you're going to be able to wear the patch outfit, the classic brown and tan. You're going to be able to ride a motorbike through Tokyo like Wolverine would. So I would take this game as a win, but there is going to be some insufferable feminism. And that's just my last point. We can't get a proper Wolverine game where he looks and acts badass and masculine like the character. Instead, there has to be a tacked on chunk of wokeness and feminism.
Nothing you say has been proven. You've cited 0 sources to support your claims. Why should we take you seriously? If you can't answer this question, then I have news for you.
And no real fan of the comics and the character of Wolverine actually wants this.
Then why do you want to buy the game so badly?
So the people who made this decision to inject feminism, screw you. So that was just a quick video. It's kind of annoying that we have to put up with feminism and wokeness. You can't just get a normal game. That sounds like I'm saying the same thing over and over, but it really is the truth.
I'm sure if you convince yourself of a lie over and over again, you're eventually bound to believe it.
Screw these miserable people who can't give the fans what they want.
Speaking of miserable, take a look in the mirror.
So if you want to see more videos like this or videos about classic comics, then do let me know and maybe consider subscribing. And if you're one of the retards out there who advocates for this feminist trash, then go complain to your boyfriend.
That's a cute insult. Did your husband write it for you? I wasn't expecting anything smart to come out of this man's mouth, but I just had to know what he thought was a confirmation of his insane conclusion. And surely enough, it was nonsense. That's all I've got for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For me, I'm not too sure on the Wolverine game. We know so little about what it has to offer right now, so I'll reserve judgment until we have more. And of course, not say that things are confirmed when they are in fact not. That's all for now. See you later.